What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for OddsShopper.com. Back again with the No House Advantage picks versus the house for Thursday, March 2nd. Make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Make sure you're following me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so that you can get additional cards when the time arises, which is usually going to be sometime in the early afternoon when I go through and make a second update to my projections. Close but no cigar. Yesterday, the video ended up losing out on the Anthony Davis prop. We ended up going 2-1 there. Jared Vanderbilt just couldn't get the assists in a game where nobody was around. Kind of a bummer. Then I posted another card onto Twitter, and that one went 1-3. Not a great night yesterday in the No House Advantage streets. We somehow managed to get Damian Lillard to have 0 assists. Zilch. Nada. He didn't get a single assist. He played, I think he had 40 real points yesterday. Just a terrible, terrible card for yesterday. Let's wash our hands of it. We're back for today. 4 more picks. These 4 picks, I cross-referenced with the tools at Stokastic.com. My 4 are 4 of the top 5 that are listed in our tools. So you're getting the best you could possibly get. Now, I realize that the rebounding prop looks like it's a better play, but what I really want to do here is take the under on Ivica Zubac's points. That line is set at 9.5. I got him projected for 9.1, but I think there's a lot more variability to get to the under than there is to the over. Rebounds are a little bit trickier, so I'm willing to let that one just go. That's not going to be the one I want to pay attention to. We saw Zubac came back after missing, I believe, 2 games. It might have been 3. But they now have Mason Plumlee in as a backup. They are a team that absolutely has no issue going small. And they're in a matchup against the Golden State Warriors, a team where going to a more switchable lineup, even with them not being fully healthy, makes some sense. Anytime the Warriors go to Draymond at the 5, they don't need to have Ivica Zubac out there. So I think this could be a potential spot where his minutes do get limited. I gave him 27 for today, which I think is a pretty reasonable projection, but I think there's a lot more downside to his minutes than upside. Downside in the good way, in that they would reduce. They could just play Mason Plumlee a little bit more too. That wouldn't be outlandish. Foul trouble hurts Zoo as well. So I am taking the under in Ivica Zubac's points. This was the number 4 prop at Stokastic. I don't really have much to add on this one. It just looks like a good prop. We're taking the over 1.5 threes for OG Anunoby. Now, it's a matchup against the Wizards. They're actually decent at defending three-point attempts. So that's sort of what makes me like this a little bit more. I'm getting to this prop even in a difficult matchup. Anunoby is back. And when I say that he's back, I mean that his role is back to what he was. His minutes are back to what they were. You're expecting 34 to 38 minutes of Anunoby. We're not expecting to see him be limited in any sort of way. 1.8 threes as a projection over 1.5. It doesn't seem like a big gap because these numbers are so small, but it really is. This right here was the number 1 prop listed in our prop tool for No House Advantage. To me, it ranked very highly as well, and that meant I needed to get it into this video. All the negatives that line up for this prop still couldn't make him come in at a number lower than 1.5. I would still probably like this a little bit, even a little bit lower, but at 1.8 projected made threes, that is more than enough to want to take the over at just a 50-50 split. Remember, there's no juice on these props. This is just total neutral. Now, I have alluded to the tools at Stokastic that I think that can help you out, the ranking of the props. You can see all of those props and those rankings if you sign up for the Pick 'em Pro package that is on the screen. There is a link in the description of this video. Click it, head on over, use the promo code SCORE. You're going to get graded props with percentages of going over under. That is going to cost you less than $5 for the first week as long as you use the promo code that's in this link. It's that easy. If you don't like it, you can wash your hands of it and go away. You don't have to pay attention to it ever again after a week. It's only going to cost you less than $5. It'll be just less than $10 if you want to stick around. The data is there. We've had this projection system for years. It's well established in the fantasy sports industry. I think it's going to work quite well for you here at No House Advantage. We're sticking with Raptors for today. This time we're taking the over 6.5 rebound mark for Pascal Siakam. I got him projected for 7.6. This was the number 2 prop over at Stokastic. So again, I'm in lockstep with the projections at the site. Makes me feel very, very good. I know that having Jakob Poeltl here is going to lessen Pascal Siakam's rebounds a hair. That's just going to happen. But it's not as if he hasn't been starting alongside someone like Precious Achiuwa as well. They've always had another center out there for the most part. The lineups where they were starting Siakam at the 5, that's been a long time ago during this season. So now with Poeltl there, do Siakam's rebounding numbers come down a little bit? Yeah, they do. But I've already factored that in. In 36 minutes, I got him at 7.6 rebounds for today's game. It's not like the Wizards are a great rebounding team. They're at best an average team. They're actually slightly a little bit less than that. But if you wanted to call them average, we could. And in that situation, I'm just going to get to Siakam. I think that he's a little underrepresented. This would be a prop that you would see in the markets that has some juice to the over. And finally, I am closing this one out with one that I don't really enjoy. I'm taking the Myles Turner points prop, and I'm taking the under. The line is at 20.5. I got him projected for 18.7. This was the number 5 prop at Stokastic for No House Advantage, so we're in line there. The only bit of this that makes me a little nervous is that Tyrese Halliburton is questionable. And if Halliburton is out, this probably becomes a neutral prop to me because we would see Turner take on a little bit more usage. It also doesn't help him all that much because Tyrese Halliburton is like one of the best playmakers in the league. I just think he's overprojected here. This is a guy that's averaging 18.2 points per game this year. That's more than 2 points below this. His averages look more like my projection than what this line looks like. I understand it's a great matchup against the Spurs, but I think Myles Turner is getting a bit too much credit here. Under 20.5 points is where we're coming in. Alrighty, folks, the picks are in. You can see them on the screen. We're taking the over for Pascal Siakam, the over for OG Anunoby. We're going under for Myles Turner and under for Ivica Zubac. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell, and follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman for more No House Advantage action. Good luck tonight. We're back again tomorrow, doing it all again.